Welcome back, YouTube, for another market analysis for the London session and also maybe into the US session as well. We'll see. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some levels on S&P 500 and also on gold. Some of the levels we'll probably look to play tonight during the London session, and potentially if the market is still around these areas, we'll look to have them as tradable areas as well into the US session. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're looking at on S&P first. We are on a 10 tick here, so we'll take a look at what we have. We did have a strong downward trend from Sunday's gap down. Saw that we really couldn't break up, continued to make lower highs in all of this movement, and we started to move lower. Now the market itself is actually in a micro bullish move back to the upside, which we have some levels that we're going to target as levels of resistance first. First things first, we want to take a look. I'd prefer the market to see if it can come back into these 9150s, 33.9150. If we can, we'll look for a bounce of support off this area. If we can get that support, maybe a double bottom would be nice. Get that double bottom and we'll look for the upside of 34.05 at the bottom to 34.10.75 at the top. Now, if we get above these 13s, maybe right into those 14, 15s, again, we'll probably look for price to hold around this area and continue to move back into these 25 to 30s. Now, we got to get above those 30s or else we can see a market collapse again. So we're going to be looking out for that area. But right now, given that the market's kind of right in between, not much that I would prefer to take. Really didn't really like this level of 94.95 right in the middle of it. I prefer the market to drop down into 91 to 92 and then take that pullback move back to the upside. But again, you are in a bear trend, so it can be a little bit risky to try to do a trade back up against the actual grain. But again, that is going to be what I'm actually looking for. Now, if price develops a move back below, you could start as early as below these 90s to start that trade down. If not, you can go as low as the 33.80s. If we get that resistance under this level, look for that downward continuation move, right? If we fail to get above this level, we can continue to look for the downward move, at least back into support. And again, if we don't get above those 29 to 30s, that's going to also be our opportunity to continue that short in this downward trend. Let's take a look at a 5 tick, get a little bit of a closer view for you guys. So we are starting to not top out, but we did fail to get to the level, and maybe we'll fail again, maybe not. We might end up turning around, just pushing right through. But to be honest, this is actually going to be one of our targets here, 34.10 on the upside. This is just a minor level that we're actually looking at, and we have broke it, but being that we're underneath it, we could get a pull back down into these 94, 95s and maybe a potential pull into the 92s and then get that move right up into that area. But I would say the more aggressive trade is going to be the one right over here, 94, 95. Conservative pullback is going to be somewhere right around these 91 to 92s. That's going to be a great pullback area. Then we'll start to see what price action wants to do right around these 05 to 10s. And then we do got some resistance sitting up at those 11 to 12. So just be cautious for that. Price gets into that level, we could still see a double top failure or V-top failure as well. So just want to keep an eye out for that. Now let's take a look at gold here real quickly for you guys. Let me pull over that chart here. Gold, we have, again, kind of similar to S&P. We are looking for this market to pull right into this area. Let's extend this out for a second. We are looking for the market to pull into the top side of right around these 1914s. 1911.8 is going to be our lowest pull in, but we already touched right in the middle of that and pull right back down. If we are staying above these 07 to 08s, we're actually going to probably test that 14 to 16 area. If we get below these 08s, 07s, we could see some downside move right into 1902, 1901. These levels have been playing out quite a bit. We've been able to use these levels off of gold for quite a bit of days already. I think maybe over a week already. So some pretty good levels. We do got a downside support sitting somewhere at these 1895 to 97.7. So if we do get down into this area here, we will be looking for some support. But first things first, just where price is currently, 1908 is going to be our support for that pullback trade to go back up. And then somewhere around these 04 to 05s can be another mid-level support, but this is going to be playing right in the middle of value, so might get a little bit choppy in there. And then your downside, 95 to 97, is going to be also another area we're looking for. Now if we get below 95, that's actually, even 97, if we start to hold some resistance, that's going to be a good downward move, so we'll pay attention for that. Now again, gold, I am looking to see if we get a pullback first. If we can get a pullback, let's take a look at this 5-tick here real quick. If we can get this pullback, say somewhere around here, we'll look for that support. Even if it dips deeper, we'll wait for it to come right back up, inverse head and shoulders pattern maybe, and then a pop right into our 12 to 14s. That's going to be our target right now. Given that we're in this bullish move or micro movement, we are going to be looking for that continuation. Again, it could look similar. If you look left of the chart, you can see the resistance here. You can see that support double bottom. You can see this V bottom or inverse head and shoulders. You can see price come right back above, right to our level of support, and then go up, right? So that's kind of similar to what we're going to be looking at right over here on gold as well. We're going to be looking for that trade opportunity to get it right back to the top side. So those are going to be our levels for S&P 500 and also gold. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you guys did, please go ahead and smash that like button. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you guys are, I appreciate you guys watching the videos, and any comments and questions that you have, feel free to pop them in on the YouTube channel and we can go ahead and cover that for you. Tomorrow we'll probably be doing NASDAQ as well, so look out for that. But you guys have a great night and we will chat tomorrow. Take care.